aka 60s Dream Girl, here on Twitch. You probably heard me tooting your horn on the Instagram. You are a celebrity. You've entertained millions and millions of people. I'm not even exaggerating. You've had a huge radio career. You're so young and you're about to start your new adventure on new media. And we're getting you right before you blow up on that. Is that a good introduction or what? Lenay, you introduce yourself. That's Lenay. Please introduce yourself. I already been tooting your horn for so long.
Oh, thank you so much. No, I'm so flustered that you're such a fan of mine, Johnny. I can't believe I actually have fans. But yeah, I basically started radio when I was like 4 years old, and then retired from radio when I was around 11 or 12 years old.
And if you read the comments, and if you listen to the phone calls that were called in during it, people were shocked you even lasted that long. You took a lot of abuse on there. So we'll get into that. We don't have to start right away. We'll get into that. So, look at the chat. Oh my God, it's Lenay. There are fans. I just wanted to say, I was going through a rough go. I was booted out of my home, and I went back home at 32 to live at my parents' house like a nerd, and I was weeping. And one day I went for a drive with my mom, and I was like, you know what? I need to put on a little Ron and Fez teasing Lenay, and I need you to hear this, Mom. And her and I bonded during some of my heart. I'm just saying, you have no idea the reach you've had and how many people you've entertained. But we're gonna get more into that. I got my notes here. Demetrius.
Yes.
Nice.
That's my last name.
Oh shit! I thought that was your middle name. Oh shit! I didn't dox you, did I? Whoops.
No.
Whoops. I thought that was your middle name. Oh shit, your dad's Mikey D. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
I got that off your YouTube, so I don't feel too bad. Fuck.
It's fine.
We'll blank that out. We'll blank that out. So, oh my God, everyone's gonna.
It's okay. It's okay.
I was trying to go for like a Nardwuar thing and impress you with all my knowledge.
I was like, is he trying to get a SWAT team over my house or something?
You live at. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, that's. I watched. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about your life when you were a celebrity, but now you're on your way to become a new celebrity. You're on Twitch. You're on YouTube, and I gotta say it's pretty good.
Thank you. I basically started the YouTube and the Twitch. Well, I started the Twitch like 2 months ago. My boyfriend is a big gamer, and he was like, Lenay, I think you would really be good at Twitch. I think it would be awesome, streaming and just playing games and entertaining people. And I was like, I don't know, like, what the hell am I gonna do? I'm not like a professional gamer by any means. and then it all kind of spiraled out of control into goodness. So 2 months only with the Twitch, and then my YouTube I started on and off for like 10 years, but like more seriously about 8 months ago. 8 months, yeah. So I'm still so new. I'm such a noob still at everything.
You got affiliated already, which is a big step. Now you can start making a little bit of cash.
A little bit, yeah.
You can probably go like a year before you tell the tax man too. That's what I did.
Really? Yeah, I've been worried about that.
Yeah, so
on unemployment. So.
I wouldn't. It's not. Yeah, it just they won't ask yet. They don't understand live streaming. But your YouTube is great too, and you do all the editing. Like my YouTube sucks. Mm-hmm. Your YouTube is completely legit. Now, did you learn that in integrated digital media at NYU?
Yeah. So when I went to a performing arts high school. I don't even know if you know this, Johnny. I went to school for theatrical drama, so acting, basically, for high school. And I was really good at math and science throughout my high school year. So when I was a senior, I was like, what the hell do I do? I'm good at acting, but I'm also good at like analytical stuff. So how do I like bring both of those two things together? So I saw that NYU had this program that was called Integrated Digital Media. And it was basically like computer science and, coding and that sort of thing meets entertainment, design, performing arts. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll, try my hand at that. And
And
luckily, it ended up working out. I got a decent scholarship, and here we are,
yeah, I'm actually
4.5 years later.
I'm shocked that you.
Me too.
You got a huge. Not that I think you're dumb or anything. No, you talked about your scholarship on one of your YouTube channels, and I was like, God damn it! I need to get something. I think I paid more for my schooling in Canada than. God damn, you got lucky, my friend. You got lucky. But that's smart.
So lucky. Well, so lucky.
And it's ironic because you were made fun of on the radio as a child for being bad at math.
Exactly. So it's like the best, like, I told you so. I wasn't bad at math all along.
And you were, yeah. And they also said that you were going to grow up to be an office temp and a secretary, and then that you couldn't be a scientist.
Nurse practitioner.
Yeah. And they said there's no way you'd ever be a scientist. And you technically.
Well, I mean.
Yeah. Well,
kind of, sort of.
Not wearing a lab coat, but yeah, you're pretty close.
I could always write myself a role as someone wearing a lab coat. So
wait, you can get me some Percocets? No, that's not science. Oh, that's pharmacy. Never mind. Sorry, we'll talk. Well, I'll message you after.
I don't know about Percocets, but maybe some Xanax.
Oh God, please, some bars, some Xannies. The neighborhood kids are gonna love me. They're gonna love me. And wait, acting, is that your film minor? You did a minor in film, right?
Yeah. So I figured, because I've always been obviously into acting, entertainment industry, that sort of thing. So I said, might as well take advantage of the Tisch School of the Arts at NYU without having to, switch my major or anything. So I took up a film minor, and I basically was just able to take a bunch of classes that gave me an excuse to write films, shoot films that I was already doing in my spare time anyway. So I was just getting credit for the things that I was doing anyway, and it was awesome. Met some really great people.
No, that rules.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was awesome.
And I know you have like a huge love of film. Actually, I watched one of your streams. I was in the chat, and you said the first time you heard a swear was in the opening of Saving Private Ryan as a kid, and I was like, holy shit.
That was the first time I swear.
Oh, that's the first time you swore.
I was 3 years old.
Well, like, I was going to say, like, you're watching Saving Private Ryan at 3 years old. And
3 years old.
Yeah, well, I'm shocked you didn't, like, hate films forever. That's amazing that you fell in love with it.
Yeah, my father used to sit me down and traumatize me with, like, all the Friday the 13th and Halloween films and all that stuff as a kid.
What a cool dad!
Right?
I think your dad rules. I think, so do you think he was a young actor, right? He was a child star.
Yep.
What was some
on
of his
Broadway?
Shows? Broadway, wow.
Yeah, amazing. Like, I can't believe what he's done in his life.
Yeah, full disclosure, I'm a big fan too. But yeah, so he got you into the film and industry, or film industry, or kind of the love for the film, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Film, entertainment industry in general. Like, I think he always wanted a kid that would kind of like follow in his footsteps, kind of a thing.
A narcissist.
But it's
we all are.
Push your kid into doing your own little
I'm doing
dreams
the same
and
thing
goals.
with my little boy Hank.
But, I mean, honestly, I can't like think of myself doing anything different. So I guess it ended up turning out good for me. But
absolutely. Well, I heard your dad say that when he used to video camera the family stuff, you would take the camera and be the camera lady.
Yeah. I used to. I mean, I was actually watching it the other day, some of the tapes, and I was just like, I always wanted to be behind the camera. I always wanted to see it through the VHS camcorder lens.
No, that rules. Yeah. So I watched some of your short films. You did like the remake of the Reservoir Dogs, and like you definitely got some skill. And I actually tracked down your old YouTube, but you blocked all the videos. I went full narwhal on this. But I couldn't find any of your old stuff. I was gonna try and premiere a few pieces from, I guess it's from a decade ago. But you gotta unprivatize those when you're famous, when you're huge.
I have a few YouTube aliases that will never be spoken out of my own mouth. You'll have to find them. Crack the code.
You have a few names too given to on the radio as well. We won't talk about huge hands, though.
Jesus.
We won't talk about huge hands, but
we won't talk about the racist ones.
yeah, okay, we don't have to go there. We don't have to go there. It was a different time. It was a different time. Wait, I've got a question for you before we get into the radio stuff. Are you really 4'11"?
I'm 5 feet tall. Actually,
my notes here.
Go get your facts straight.
I have a notebook here. It looks like a manifesto, but are you sure you're 5?
You know, there's a bit of a discrepancy. Some doctors say 4'11", some say 5. I like to go, round up a little. 5.
Yeah, doctors haven't decided on a measurement.
I'm a medical mystery.
I'm a medical mystery. That's insane. I'm 6'7".
No way.
I feel 6'7".
Are you actually?
No, I'm 6'2". I feel 6'7". Okay, wait. No, before we get into the radio stuff, I want to keep talking about your film stuff. You wrote a TV show that then became a feature length.
That then became a TV show again.
That's fucking insane.
So basically it was... yeah, so, my father and I don't want to get too much into it because it's a little bit, on the down low before, we can say too much. But basically, it's about a section of my father's life, which you and I both know. He's lived a very crazy life.
Oh, yeah.
Even beyond the radio. So, my father and I sat down and wrote it about 5 years ago we started. And at first it was a pilot for a TV series. Then it became a feature film. Then it's back into being a pilot again.
Oh, that's awesome.
But now it's really taking off at this point. My boyfriend, who's also a producer, has basically revitalized the whole momentum of the project. And so now the three of us are working together to get this thing made. And fingers crossed by the end of the year, we'll have some good financing.
Hell yeah! Oh my
that's
god!
What we're waiting for right now.
I didn't know it was that. I didn't know it was that advanced. Jeez, that's gonna be awesome.
We started our own production company in the last actually in October. This last October. So it's called 777 Studios, 777. And it's there. We have an Instagram and all that. So if anyone wants to check that out, 777 Films on Instagram.
One of the mods will do a shout out.
I'm really excited. Yeah.
Drop a shout out for that. Just 777 Studios on Instagram.
777 Films.
Films.
Yeah.
Throw it in the shout outs, my friends, the mods in the chat.
Thank you so much.
That's incredible. Who's playing Mikey D? Because I can dye my hair and get a tan. And I've heard thousands of hours of his voice. I'm sure I could come up with...
Well, so in the pilot, it's actually him at 16 years old. So I think he would be just a little bit too old for that.
I feel you.
But I'm really hoping that we could get someone like Jack Dylan Grazer or Finn Wolfhard, one of those Stranger Things kids. They're so adorable and amazing. So... I would love to have someone like that on board, hopefully, if we can afford them.
That rules. I actually, last 2 Octobers ago, I signed my first deal with a director. I signed my rights over to my clips on Twitch, and I thought I was going to be a big star. But I haven't fucking heard from the guy. And the movie's going to suck anyways, to be honest. I signed an NDA, but I don't really care. It's going to suck.
So you're a documentary? This is gonna be a documentary? I don't know.
It was supposed to be a
Twitch?
movie. No, it was a horror movie, and they're gonna use a bunch of clips from streamers, and it sounds like shit. But
that's
maybe I shouldn't mention it. I shouldn't mention it. I had a lawyer look at it though, and for a week I was like, I gotta call LA. But you know what? Red flag. I fucking called him from a small town in Ontario. Come on, Mr. Hollywood, you can call me. It cost me $17.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't even pay for your bill, huh?
I'm gonna dox him right now. Do you want to know his fucking name, his number? No, let's not. We'll let him go.
Let's blackmail.
Let's blackmail.
Time.
So you've written other full-length features, right?
Yes. Yeah. So there's another one that I wrote that I'm still kind of redoing. It's hard. It's hard
Yeah,
stuff.
I can't believe
Takes
you've
a lot
done
out of
it.
you.
I can't. I don't know how. Like that's insane. That's to me. That's nuts. And you're so young too. Like I don't know how you're writing full. Like I don't know. That's insane to me. So you have like over 3 written. You said, or from my research.
Yeah. Three that I started. And some are more finished than others, but
Yeah.
we're working on it. We're working on it. It's a battle. It's a battle.
No, that rules. Well, what I think is great about like YouTube and Twitch is that like it's kind of an outlet where you can make a little bit of money, but you can also kind of
Yes.
practice. And I mean, YouTube is basically the new filmmakers, so that might be the route to go, right?
And I think it's like, so in my experience at least, like directing and shooting a short film, even as short as 3 minutes, that can take so much time, so much money. It's insane. So with YouTube, every week you can produce at least 1 video a week, and you can exercise that like directorial or editing side of your brain, and you can make cool content that actually doesn't take so much out of you.
Oh my god, there's so many bad YouTubers out there. I'm not gonna name names, but they're making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and it's just the worst stuff. So I think it's beautiful, and it's also horrible at the same time. I'm also jealous. I got 100 views on a video once. I had 100 views.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard starting out on YouTube. It's like you even though it is less time consuming than doing like a short film, it takes a lot of time to edit. It's a pain in the ass. But
what do you use, like Premiere, or is that like too amateur hour? I got Premiere.
I use Final Cut because I don't like Adobe. I have a beef with Adobe.
Oh yeah, you're not a big Photoshop. I'm trying to learn Photoshop, and it's fucking. I think I'm too old.
No, I feel like I'm too old, and that's a problem. If the user experience is not good for a 24-year-old.
Yeah, that makes me feel so much better, because I get a lot of shit for not understanding. It's, I don't know. It's insane. Oh, 1 second.
Okay. Oh no, his notes. The notes.
Very professional. Very professional. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get yelled at if I don't get into the Ron and Fez era. We got to talk a little bit about that. So you were.
Let's roll up my sleeve.
Yeah, we won't get too personal. We'll just we'll talk. We'll tread lightly. But
Okay.
You started on the radio. Your first call in to a radio station with millions of people listening. At the time you called in, you were 4 years old.
4 years old. Yep. I don't even remember the call. I mean, who really remembers much? 4 years old. But yeah, I think my dad was a big fan of Ron and Fez, and I think he had this bright idea of, let me get my 4-year-old daughter to call in. And I mean, Ron and Fez it was a raunchy kind of almost shock jock style humor. So having a 4-year-old calling in, I think, was one of the craziest moments for them. And I guess they rolled with it, and they were like, we love it. Let's keep on bringing her in.
It fucking ruled. I'm not gonna lie. It's some of the funniest stuff ever. You're so sweet, and you're like a little angel in it, and they're just throwing the most beautiful and offensive things you've ever heard.
I know.
I think it's incredible. And then that lasted until you were 11 or 12.
11, 12. Yeah, at that point I was like, I'm done. I'm spent.
So how much was it the comments online that pushed you to retire from your stardom?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, so obviously there was so much pressure, because not only was I appearing on the Ron and Fez show very frequently, but I also had my own show. So I was doing that every single week, and then appearing probably once every few months on Ron and Fez. And also calling in, obviously, more frequently. So, it was just like so much pressure. I was like just a kid wanting to, play with my friends on a Friday afternoon. But my father was like, no, you got to come home from school, record the show. He had me like Xerox these flyers to pass out in school. And I was like, what the hell am I doing?
I think that's pretty cool, though. That's cool. The Xeroxing thing's pretty cool. Mikey made you do that, or was that your idea?
No, my father made me do that.
That's kind of a good promotional tour. But yeah, it is when you're a kid, you just kind of want to go run around. But no, I damn, that's I'm kind of, I know I'm supposed to sympathize with you here, but I'm like, damn, that's a smart idea. But
no, it's funny, it's fun, and you know, like looking back on it, I'm like, that's hilarious. Like
but did you like get like in school? Weren't you like considered cooler?
Oh yeah, I was like, I reached my peak when I was at like 3rd grade, 4th grade.
Oh,
I was like
Jesus
the coolest
Christ.
cat in the school.
You say you must have been a star.
Yeah, no, everyone loved me. But it was also like, I think they also were a little bit, they didn't really understand, because I don't think any of them really listened to the show, or, I mean, I hope that they didn't.
Rightfully so.
Some of that stuff was freaking insane, but, yeah, I mean, it was just, I mean, I guess it was like a cool notch to have, you know, walking around the halls of public school in Queens, New York.
Yeah,
but
I'm jealous. That rules.
But yeah, it was a lot of pressure. So that was definitely like one of the things that just by the end of it, I was like, I can't do this every week of my life anymore. And then, you know, seeing all of those, like they had all these forums and stuff like that. You know, I wasn't supposed to read what was on the forums, but I was reading that stuff, and it was some crazy stuff.
I was reading some. I found some old ones today online, and my God, I think the audience forgot that you're a child.
I think some of them didn't actually know. Like, I think they didn't realize that I was actually a child. I think they thought it was maybe some sort of act, like a voiceover artist or something like that, posing as a kid, but like, I don't know. Or they did, and they just wanted to be creepy or something.
Yeah, I didn't think
I
about
don't really
that.
know. But, yeah. I mean, I think also people thought that I was a lot more like thick-skinned than I actually was as well. Which I had thick skin, obviously. I had to. But I mean, at the end of the day, I was still a kid. Like, I was still seeing that stuff and going like, oh my God.
Yeah, nobody like yelled
know?
at you in the street though. Like no, like men like were like, eh,
No.
you know, they didn't yell, you fucking suck at math. Yeah, well, it's which you don't, but you got accused often of being bad at math, but
Very often.
But so I totally, I know you. I was reading some comments that I think you made a throwaway comment that you felt like pressure, and that it was not as cool as it comes off, because when you're in it, it's real life, right? So, but I noticed a lot of comments online were about like, oh, you couldn't take the pressure, but it's real life though. That's your life, and there's millions of people judging you, and it's got to be pretty tough.
Yeah, I got a lot of slack for that. I think I made a comment in my first YouTube video of like this, you know, new revival.
That was it, yeah.
And yeah, I said something, I literally said something as innocent as like, yeah, you know, it was just a lot of pressure. You know, it wasn't as, like what you said, it wasn't as cool as it seemed. And people started attacking me on Reddit. I was like, what the hell is going on? They were saying that I was trash talking the hosts, that I was trash talking the show, that I hated them. And I was like, I think you're misinterpreting it, because
yeah, that's what I
not
I
my
found.
intent.
So do you want to go in, because they're gonna watch this, I'm sure. I'm not part of that community, even though I love Ron and Fez. I think it's the best show ever, but I'm sure they'll find this. You want to go on record right now and say you got no beef with
no
Ronnie
beef.
B and Fez?
There's no beef with Ronnie B, no beef with Fez, nothing of the sort. I don't hate anyone.
We cleared
it up. It's all good.
Up.
We cleared it up.
Perfect.
But I do have a little bit of trauma from my childhood.
yeah, it's natural. Look, every child star gets a tattoo on their face and snorts codeine pills. I don't even know that's a thing.
Right.
Yeah, and right. I think you came out pretty unscathed.
Yeah, I mean, I only got one face tattoo, and I only snort, you know, a couple. You know.
The ones
as
you write yourself,
do.
as we all should do as well. We got to get the edge off somehow. So there, I just wanted to clear up, so nobody's everyone on Reddit, if this gets posted, you're in the clear. Now let's get to some dirty deeds here. All right, now let's find out who you didn't like. Black Earl.
Okay.
who that
Oh,
was
I
called
liked Black Girl.
You like Black Girl? In my research, and by the way, guys, he wore black. That's why he's called that. And I found out that you and Black Girl have something in common too. That you used to only wear black until you.
Yes, I was. My God, you really did your research on me.
You see the shit I got on Mikey. No, I did. Yeah, so until you took a color course.
Yeah, like a color theory course. So basically, you know, we all go a little emo in our senior year of high school. We all are depressed and, you know, want to jump off the roof of the high school. So I, you know, indulged in that a bit. I was very emo, very goth-ish. And
as we all
around
were.
Yeah, as we all do. And then I took a color theory course in my sophomore year of college, and I saw yellow, like this yellow. And I was like, I've been living my life completely wrong. I must wear all the colors now.
Oh yeah, I actually just took a color course.
Colorful.
Yeah, no, I just took it too. And it's fascinating. What's it? You put if you paint a locker room pink of your opponent, they'll perform worse. I think you can't even paint NBA lockers.
Yeah,
locker
I heard.
Rooms. Yeah, so
pink
cool stuff
is very
like that.
calming.
Yeah, and you don't want that.
It in like mental institutions and things. Yeah.
Okay, so black. Oh yeah, mental institution. So Black Girl. Wait, let's leave Fez alone. Was that a shot at Fez? Okay, Black Girl. He's good. He always seems cool. And when he returned, he's back on the radio now, and it's good to see him. Who else? You were in. Let's find out about Paulo. You were in was that your first movie you were ever in?
Yeah, Gap.
The world
Paulo's
famous
debut.
Yeah, that's a huge. So you've been in Paulo's Gap. That's a very famous piece of history.
Is it? Is it like one of those cult classics, underground cult classics?
Well, I've never found a copy of it, and if you could forward me one,
I have a copy.
Oh my God,
I have a copy.
If you could upload it or something, but it is considered a classic, and so that was your first foray into film. So in a way,
yeah,
Paulo is you're the film daughter of Paulo. That probably is not good to say.
Well,
I don't know too much about
Paulo,
him.
I had a beef with Paulo for some reason. I don't know why. I never liked the guy. I would call him names. I called him asswhack on the air, which became a big thing. I don't know. I just always tormented the guy. I kind of feel bad about it.
Life tormented that poor guy.
Yeah, but then he put me in Gap, and it was a pretty good little cameo.
No, that rules.
And that was pretty much it. Once, you know, his wife did pass away, so that was a sad moment. And then I think it was around that time. And then after that, I never really stayed in touch with him. I don't even know where he is now, if he's anywhere.
I pray. I still pray for him. I hope he's doing well.
I know.
Actually, well, you know what? When it comes to names, I've got a list of names here. I've got tons of info. You've 11 years on YouTube. 11 years on YouTube. I got a few names. But I do want to bring up, because I was listening to an old YouTube clip of you on the show, and Paul O's wife was yelling at you and on the air, which was the scariest thing. Jonah Bobo.
Oh,
that little
shit.
God. He was mean to you. He was a little shit. He was mean to you.
So the funny thing is, like I said, I went to a performing arts high school, right? So I had a lot of friends that were in a bunch of the performing arts high schools in the area, in the city. And one of them was LaGuardia, the Fame School, you know, the big performing arts school that I didn't go to, but that's beside the point. Jonah Bobo went to LaGuardia, and a lot of my friends knew him. And they were like, didn't you do this thing when you were a kid with Jonah Bobo? And I was like, I am not associated with Jonah Bobo. Do not want to be associated with Jonah Bobo. That kid ripped on me.
He was so mean. That was ruthless.
Me.
And so Jonah Bobo. Well, what would you describe? He was like a Nick star, a Nick kid.
Yeah, he was like a voiceover artist, and I think he was in that movie Zathura. Like, he was like a budding child actor star. And he didn't do much after that that interview.
Rightfully so. He bullied you. I was sitting there. That was the worst. Yeah. So there we go. So who's the real winner? Jonah Bobo. Jonah Hobo. Bobo. He doesn't have a job now. Oh, I'm glad he's suffering. I hope he is.
I wonder where he is. I wonder where he is right now. I don't know. I have no clue.
I hated that kid. Okay. What about you still friends with Sydney?
Cindy. Oh, Cindy.
Little Chinese girl.
So I'm not friends. Yeah, I'm not friends with her anymore. But I do still talk to some of my elementary school friends, and I'm glad that they never listened to Ron and Fez because they would think that I was making fun of their ethnicity.
Well, no, we didn't go there. We didn't say that. I didn't call you out. You just mentioned a little background of your friends.
Not you.
No, not you. I think you were good. You were pretty respectful to your friends. But they never watched the show because now, like, it's funny because now,
I don't think so.
20 years later, some guy in Toronto is asking about Sydney.
He knows about Cindy.
Oh,
right?
I got a few.
I wonder.
I got a few. So these are to the folks at home. These are a few friends of hers that got brought up in the air. This is elementary school. So how about Dylan and his fake girlfriend Sonia?
Oh my God, Dylan. Okay, so here's the beef on Dylan. This is so funny. I can't. So
I do my research.
Dylan's mother worked for the mayor. Dylan's mother worked for Mayor Bloomberg. That's a good preface to what I'm about to say. Dylan could not, for the life of him, keep his penis inside his pants throughout elementary school.
Oh, Jesus.
He would just whip it out at any given moment.
Wow. Jesus.
And it was the funniest thing.
I was going to say, he's pretty popular.
Thing because, it was great. It was a comic act. It was a comical act. You know, lunchtime comes around. Oh, did you hear Dylan whipped it out again?
That kid's a genius.
And the mother would come and beat his ass every time.
Wow.
And all I kept on thinking about was, what does Bloomberg think about this? Because she worked like literally alongside Bloomberg. I don't even know if I can say that, but
that's beautiful.
Bloomberg, if you're watching, do you remember Dylan's mom?
Oh my God. I hope now that's one kid I hope is really doing well in life. It's a sad day when as a young man, when the whipping it out becomes like, goes from like a hilarious bit to a finable offense.
Yeah, I think around 5th grade is when it starts taking a turn.
I know. I knew some kids that tried to stretch it all the way to the 10th, but they're not doing too well in their lives.
Little too much.
Even I was like, all right, dude, come on. You're scaring the ladies. What about Sabrina, your ugly friend? How's she doing?
Sabrina. I actually, I think on Instagram friends with Sabrina. She actually turned out all right. But Sabrina was a nasty girl to me. She always wanted to start some drama with me.
I think she was jealous.
I had some enemies.
Yeah, she seemed to be jealous.
I think she was.
Crybaby
was the term? Yeah, we were
definitely...
Yeah, I would cry sometimes. I still cry.
No, I'm not calling you. No. She called you crybaby. You don't have to admit to that.
No, but you gotta admit to it. At the time, though, I didn't want to be called a crybaby. I didn't want to be called a crybaby by Sabrina. Sabrina was always trying to come for my gig.
Yeah, I think she was just jealous, and that's another person I hope isn't doing well, but she's fine.
She's fine. She ended up not being so nasty after all. I actually met her in a Best Buy. She was a cashier at Best Buy the last time I saw her.
Well, who won now? Well, in this economy, any job's good. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's enough of your childhood friends. That's all right. I do have I have to ask this.
Yes.
Do you steal Dave's puppet?
Okay.
All right.
The answer is I didn't steal Dave's puppet. My father stole Dave's puppet.
He passed.
I think I don't know. I think my father's in the chat, by the way.
Hey, Mikey.
Dad, if you're in the chat, do we still have him, or do we give him back? So there was some sort of ploy, but I do remember there was a distraction, so there was like a diversion where we diverted his attention Dave, that is, and then we lifted the puppet. So yes, the puppet was stolen by the D's.
Wow, interesting. And you might still have it.
Either we still have it or we used it for extortion or something.
That's incredible.
One of the two.
That's incredible. And we're to the folks at home, we're talking about Eastside Dave. He's also, we got to give credit where credit's due. He's a radio legend as well, even though he did not like you.
No, I didn't like him either.
His hatred towards you as a child is incredible. So, but I got to ask this: was he a good? How do you say that word? Ventriloquist? Because we only heard it on the radio.
Not really. I mean, if you think about it, he's always just on the radio, so he doesn't need to do much in terms of the physicality of the puppet.
Oh, Mikey's in the chat. Mikey's in the chat says, I had you. Okay, so that is a Ron and Fez mystery solved right there. That is beautiful. Shaken Out says, who hates a child? You have no idea. You have no idea.
There were so many beefs toward me. It was hilarious.
Yeah, well, I was listening to where they made you upset, where they made fun of your speech impediment, and I had the exact same one. So,
so funny.
I thought Ron was very sweet to you, and then you just hear Dave being like, "They deserve it. They deserve it." So, beautiful stuff. All right, I'll stop bringing up these tragic memories. They're just.
No, it's great. I love it.
I just had to.
I love it. I mean, you're jogging my memory. You're jogging my memory on some of these old bits that.
We do our research here at Johnny Now Radio. Wait, I will ask though. Do you still believe? I believe this. Do you believe that you're truly the true radio daughter of Ron and Fez, or do you think that goes to like BL?
No, I am. Maybe.
I think so.
I am. Come on now.
I think so.
No, I think that when and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. I think that when I arrived, it was, a very crazy moment that kind of paved the way for a lot of, child radio stars, I guess. I mean, it was really not done ever before. So anyone that came afterward, I mean, if it wasn't for me.
There it is.
Never be here, kids.
Settled. No, you gotta own it. You gotta own it. I have a few. I'm the only guy who's ever done 12 hours of Chinese water torture on the internet, and I'm the first guy. I think MythBusters did it, but they didn't do it as cool as me. And I did it for 12 hours, and I did not go insane. And I'm very proud of that. And you have to claim it, right? You gotta claim it.
Yeah.
So you should be proud.
Yeah. And listen, I didn't go through all that trauma for nothing.
Exactly.
So let me have my.
Exactly.
Let me have my moment of glory.
Madison Square Garden
was supposed to be my name. So there were two names. There were two names when I was in the womb. My father thought that I should be named Madison, first name Madison, middle name Square Garden, last name Demetrius. Madison Square Garden D. And if I was a boy, I was supposed to be named, quite simply, Beavis.
Jesus Christ. This was before? This is
after
the show.
Thank God I didn't come out. Thank God I came out a woman.
God damn. Oh my God.
Is all I can say, because if I was Beavis, I don't think I would have made it past, 9th grade, 10th grade.
Yeah, I think the trauma would have been worse. I love this. Shaking Out in the chat says, your dad is truly hilarious. Beavis, Pog, oh my God, that's insane. I gotta admit though, I watched a YouTube video of you spending a Sunday with your dad, and it was so wholesome, I almost cut my cock off. It was so sweet. It's actually quite beautiful. I'm gonna post it in the Discord. I think even...
Is it the Law and Order? Us watching Law and Order and making kombucha?
It's the Law and Order, and your place is so beautiful. Is that your childhood home?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is so cute. You've only left for a dorm. I did my research.
Yeah.
I'm
a little scared about how much you know about me, Johnny.
There's a lot out there. There's a lot out there.
I left for like 10 months once, and then I promptly came back. because it cost me like 25,000 to leave that one time, and I said forget that.
Is that how much a dorm? I dated a girl who went to London School of Economics, and her dorm room was 60,000 just for the year, for like whatever.
That's crazy.
That's absolutely insane.
NYU is becoming like that. Yeah, it was 25,000 when I went 4 years ago, and now, or 5 years ago, and now I think it's like 35,000, something crazy, and it's getting harder to get into too.
That's
nuts.
Insane. That's insane. Well, that was the sweetest thing ever. I think you're blessed to have such a cool dad, and I know you get a lot of shit for him putting you on the radio when you're young, but I think the intention was pure, and you can see it in your relationship nowadays. Sorry to get so wholesome, but let's switch that around. I got one more question that might shock you.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus.
When you met Steven Tyler, he put his arm around you. Now I'm going to ask you this. Do you think Steven Tyler likes pizza? We got to be careful here.
So I did hear a rumor that Steven Tyler does like pizza, and he has taken a flight to an island that has a lot of it. I'm not talking Italy. So
more exotic.
I don't know, man. I mean, I really don't know. I have the picture. We can post the picture on Discord or something and analyze the picture. But he did put his arm around me, and he put his arm around me like almost like a I don't even know, like this, like a I own you kind of. So I don't know. I mean, I really very pizza-like, and I was like 15 at the time. So everyone in the chat, what do you think?
We'll discuss. We'll post it and discuss it after. Baby Pink says the island of Italy has so much pizza. I don't think he understands what we're talking about. Not the pizza the rich guys like.
Not the pizza we all love.
That we all, yeah.
Yeah, the pizza. Yeah.
The pizza we've learned to. Yeah, the pizza we've learned to tolerate.
Not like
from the upper class.
The pizza that gets you on Dateline.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, wait. Oh, you know what? I was going to open up questions to the chat, but I just remembered another thing. I got a crazy memory. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. True crime. You're into it.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I love true crime. The things that I write, all my short films and things and feature films, there's always, it's all crime. It's all crime, with the exception of the pilot, I guess. But there's still crime in that too. But I love it, man. I just can't get enough. My best friend actually got me for Christmas. Alicia, if you're watching, this is awesome. She got me a serial killer coloring book. Like, who would do that?
That's red flag.
It's awesome. It's awesome. No, it's not a red flag.
No, it's all right. Okay, so wait, if you're a big... I got into true crime because my sister was big into it, and I was trying to bond with her more. And apparently it's a good way to, like... You gotta take up other people's interest in your family if you want. And now I know, like, way too much about true crime. But, okay, Serial. Ahmad Saeed. Guilty or innocent? Rabbit round. Did you listen to Serial?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay, who's the other one? What about Making a Murderer? Who is that guy? Guilty?
I haven't seen that one either.
Oh shit, okay. What about Robert?
I just watched Dateline and Forensic Files.
The classics.
Yeah, you know, those two. I love my Lester Holt. I put my Lester Holt Datelines on.
Oh fuck yeah, I love Lester Holt. He rules. Okay, so
love me some Lester.
I love Lester. But we can just agree that Ted Bundy's innocent then?
Oh, of course.
Of course. Him and Robert Durst. All right, enough about fucking serial killers. We're gonna turn the chat against us. I like to open up the last little bit here to the chat to ask some questions if you're down for that. Listen up, chat. Now's the time, my friends. Let's go. I know we got Shaquille in the chat. He is super fan.
Yeah, Shaq.
Shacky boy, you there? Shaking out. Any questions, my friends? I love you, Lenay, says Shaq. Does she stream, says Metro.
Love you too.
Yes, you do stream. Shout out your channel.
My channel is 60s Dream Girl. and I do just chatting and gaming streams, and it's fun. We react to old Ron and Fez bits, and it's a wild ride of emotions and laughter and a little bit of tears.
A little bit of tears. I actually think that's a really good idea to keep doing that, because there's so much out there, and it's just a good way to get eyeballs. They said Lenay is the best. A great stream. Hey, we're still open up for questions, my friends. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh, Shaquille wants to know, what music are you listening to these days?
Oh my God. Teen. Well, I love Lana Del Rey. I love her. I'm actually in Spotify. I'm her top 1% of fans on Spotify. And she has a lot of listeners. So I listen to her all the time.
Do you like the new album?
Well, she's coming out with the new one.
Okay, I didn't know. I'm trying to act hip. I know something about country clubs. Chemtrails over the country club. I was trying to sound hip.
Yes. Yeah. No, I've listened to the single. It's okay, but I like her like middle era stuff, like Honeymoon. Well, not really, but Ultraviolence. That record.
I like her horror era when she's talking about getting with old guys. That's my favorite one.
Oh yeah, that's like Born to Die, Paradise.
Yeah. Born to
LP
Suck. Yeah,
era.
I like it. Who cuts your hair?
Hey man, who cuts? That's my father asking.
Oh, that's your dad. Okay, sorry about that.
John Sanchez. Thank you very much. Cuts my hair.
Are you getting paid to say that? Because I need a percentage. Because times are tough for all of us. A lot of people are asking, what are the movie posters in the background? What room are you in? Like, what is that? Like
my God. Okay. So I'm in my boyfriend's family basement right now. And here, let me see if I could show you a little bit more. Hold on. It is a huge basement. Look at that. It looks like an old, like 1940s movie theater. And he's got all of these original posters in the basement. And they actually have a YouTube channel, which is amazing. It's called Fez Theater. I'll type it out, but it's amazing. And my boyfriend and his father have basically just his father has collected this all over the course of 40 years or something like that. But now they're taking it to YouTube, and it's been really fun. So it's been awesome. I love being down here. I was thinking, what's a good background for me to be in tonight?
No, that rules.
And this is the best background.
It's perfectly you. That's awesome. Damn.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I love it. It's so cool, man. It's like, I'm so lucky that I'm like this little film girl, and I met a family, and I fell in love with a guy that has all this film love, I guess, and heritage.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. That rules. That absolutely rules. Chris Mack, great guy from Edmonton, he's saying, what does the future lay for you, my friend? Where do you see yourself in 3 years? I guess this is a job interview now, but where do you see yourself in 3 years? The show will be produced.
In 3 years. Seriously. In 3 years, I'll be 27. So I want to get my act together. That's number one. I want to have this show up and running. Financing, shot already, first season, maybe even the second season. I want to be writing full time, obviously streaming and doing YouTube, as almost like a side hustle, like behind the scenes kind of a thing. But writing and producing, especially writing, is like my calling in life, I think. So I just want to do that for, my full-time job. It's so hard starting out. You work for free. Everyone doesn't believe in you. All these studios don't believe in you. But if in 3 years, at least one studio can believe in me enough to pay for one of my scripts and have me direct one of them, that would be awesome. 27, I would like to start thinking about directing a feature, one of my features. So I hope and pray. I think we're going to be able to do it. Quentin was 27 when he did Reservoir Dogs.
Oh,
so
damn.
I think I can do it. I think I can do it.
Damn, I gotta do something with my life. Jesus, 27. Well, we believe in you. If there's anything we can do to help out, even if it's tweet, or we have a strong community here. We're huge fans. We're so glad you're a part of this community now. So if there's anything we can do to help out, if you need like a villain looking guy when you start directing, I'll be a bit older. I have the face. So let me know. I can't really do accents, but I could do like a deaf mute villain. So just remember me. Remember me. Everyone's saying thanks for the great interview. I think we're gonna wrap it up. But this was so much fun, and hopefully we'll have you back on the show.
Yeah, I love it so much. Thank you so much for, like, honestly, I can't believe it that you found me. OMG, you found me. That was
wait,
the infamous opening lines.
Just for history for YouTube,
Yes.
what happened?
Yes. So I just got back from the bank. Let's set the scene. I just got back from the bank, and I was awaiting a phone call with someone. And I had a 5-minute window, and I got an email, and it said, Johnny now follows you on Twitch. And I said, that's weird, because I don't usually get people following me when I'm not live. So I click your username, and I see that you're live. I go, oh, that's even stranger. So I click on the stream, and I see Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, and I'm thinking it's an MLM. I really thought it was an MLM.
Pretty much.
And then, so basically I'm looking at this stream, and then all of a sudden I see that you're talking about me, and I'm going, all right, now what the hell is going on here? So I say the infamous words in the chat, OMG, you found me.
I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, I felt like such a creep, especially after all the research I did tonight. And it's so funny, that was a Monday, it was Sunday, I was hanging out with a lady. And she's very woke, very smart. You got to watch what you say around her. And I don't know why, but I was like, hey, if our relationship's going to progress, I think you're going to need to hear this. And I showed her the Ron and Fez teasing an 8-year-old clip. And she listened to the entire thing. And so that the next day I was talking about you, and the rest is history. They're calling me a creep in the chat.
Yeah.
But I think it's history, and I'm so glad. We got Mikey D, your father. He'll be live Thursday. This is gonna be on YouTube anyway.
I can't wait to see what dirt you bring up. Oh my God, you must have so much on him.
I might. Well, yeah. There's. I got a lot of research to do tomorrow. And Mikey, I gotta call you as well to help him set up Discord as well. It's. I feel so bad. I asked him if he had a smartphone. I feel like I might have been insulting. Mikey, I apologize.
Yeah. He was on the phone with me saying, this guy thinks I'm ancient.
I don't know. I barely know computers. So Mike, I just saw his email a minute ago, and he's like, yeah, I have a smartphone. So, but yes, I'm going to give you a shout. Lenay D, 60s Dream Girl on Twitch, 60s Dream Girl on YouTube. Some bitch has got your thing on Twitter, though. I'm going to find her and cut her and make sure she gives it to you, all right? And that's you, and then you're Lenay D on. Sorry, I got violent. And then you're Lenay D on Instagram, right?
Yep.
Awesome, my friend. Well, thank you so much for coming to the show, and hopefully the internet is nicer than all the other comments from the past. So thank you, Lenay. Can we get a booyah in the chat?
Thank you so much. This has been, oh my God, it's been so much fun. Thank you.
You rule. Thank you, Lenay.